these folks here at the Mount Washington Observatory, obviously not getting a clear day to see the view, but
yeah,
plenty of clouds moving around up there.
Yeah, changeable too. If you wait like 15 minutes, they might get
Totally
a clear
change.
view out there. There's a couple of cumulus clouds. Otherwise, a really nice day. Temperatures in the mid 70s, and we talked about how we thought the weekend was actually pretty good in most spots. We got a decent amount of sunshine, and there's some showers, but nothing crazy. 77 in Wisconsin, 72 in Portland, 73 in Freiburg, 75 in Augusta. You can locate where some of those clouds are in the Mount Washington area, just popped up cumulus clouds. There's some of them along the coastline too. Generally though, it's going to be a pleasant afternoon here. Not a whole lot going on, just a few more clouds developing, temperatures staying about where they are. We'll zoom down and take a look at Franklin again. As I discussed just a few minutes ago, Franklin is going to have an impact on our weather. Not directly, luckily, because this thing is a very strong Category 4 hurricane right now. But as it meanders in our direction, it'll start kind of pushing some of these weather systems into New England. So these would typically go south-southeast. They're going to get pushed the other way by Franklin. And also part of this is that that front will help steer Franklin away from us, which is a good thing, because without that front, it might be pretty dicey. So stationary front here, another front behind it, all of that interacting with, influencing Franklin, while Franklin also influences fronts. Just so we're clear on how this works, it can kind of go both ways. A cold front will usher Franklin away from us, but it also will slow it down. So it kind of pushes in both directions. But what we're going to be watching is really Tuesday night, Wednesday, whether or not some of the moisture from Franklin gets advected into this front, because that does happen, and sometimes when it does, you can get some really heavy rainfall amounts in a relatively short period of time. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, Wednesday is the biggest threat for it. Once that whole front clears, we're in really good shape. We go through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably Sunday. So I talk about this a lot, how Labor Day weekend usually over Memorial Day weekend. This year we did have a good Memorial Day weekend, but this is usually a good time of the year, and we're going to see that reflected at the end of this week. So hour by hour forecast, the rest of today looks good. Tonight is partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, temperatures in the low 60s for the most part. Couple of sprinkles around tomorrow, but we're really just going to be saturating the air as Franklin is to our south and starting to exert some influence on our weather. So more clouds, not as pretty a day as today. And then we'll watch the rain coming in on Wednesday. And again, where does this band of heavy rain set up? Is it right along the coastline? Is it offshore? That's the part we still have to determine. The GFS and European models both have a band of reasonably heavy rain here and there. That's not working correctly, unfortunately. That's supposed to show you 1.5 inches or so. There's a problem with that plot. But there we go. GFS will show you that 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So is that going to be here or here? At this point, it's really hard to say. So we'll keep an eye on that on Wednesday. You'll feel the tropical influence with the dew points. Once we clear that, I might as well take the rest of the week off, Brian. There's nothing going on. It is quiet. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, looks like, with just an isolated shower, maybe Sunday afternoon, but it looks like we'll have a nice stretch of weather. And I do typically, I typically like the first couple of weeks of September, so at least the early look at that is that the trend will continue. So we'll just
be a very good start.
Keep a half an eye on this. And again, this is not a direct hit from a tropical storm, but there's a lot of moisture associated with those.
Yeah. All right, Keith, thank you.